for your support, sir.
Vanakkam. I think today's stage is special because I remember Mohan Das sir meeting him during SIF and before that, and I don't know if you remember, we spoke about cinema even then when we met outside of Chennai International Film Festival. And then we have Balu sir, who has such a strong connect to cinema in Chennai, and also as the honorary consul to a nation in Chennai, I think you add so much more value to world cinema in Chennai. And Ramakrishnan sir. So Kannan sir and Ramakrishnan sir are, the main figures who bring in a lot of world cinema into Chennai. So that way, it's always a pleasure to be connecting with him and talking about what we're going to do in December for the Chennai International Film Festival. But the most exciting part for me today is Nicolas. Every time I come to ICF and one of the festivals, I think getting to learn to pronounce all the foreigners' names is one of the biggest learning I have. Nicolas Mariano Bray. And I'm very impressed with his Kudumi. We call that Kudumi Nicholas. And it may have another name, but that's the colloquial way of referring to it. And I think that signifies a strong connect we can have. We've always been fascinated with cinema from Argentina. And I think a country, we all talk about the Oscars and someday Indian cinema getting something in the foreign films category. And here we have a country which has won 2 Oscars in the foreign category. And is it 14 Goya Awards for the best Spanish films? So we're talking about a country which has such a strong presence in the world cinema. And I think the way they have been exploring stories in your country is very fascinating for us film buffs, because I think through different socio-political changes, there has been a strong voice coming out from the film fraternity, which tells us something about the community there, the minds of the people, their aspirations, dreams, their struggles, and that has been one of the strongest ways we've understood your country, through the cinema. So it's a pleasure that we have ICF organizing an Argentinian film festival. With every month, so many festivals happening, we get glimpses of so many countries, and it's exciting to see new faces who've come in. There are a lot of regulars I identify. Thank you so much. I think I can talk on behalf of ICF and several other film buffs in our city. It's good if we keep coming back, and every time to connect with people like Monda sir or Balu sir, who will in indirect ways, in so many ways, bring us a lot of good cinema from all over the world. Thank you so much, and looking forward to hearing more about Argentinian cinema from you, because I think as Indians, we collect a lot to the Latin American landscape, the cinema and all that, and I think your film is one of the strongest voices we hear, along with Brazil and Mexico, all Spanish countries. Thank you.
But suddenly he pulled me out. Anyway, all the best for the Argentine evening. Paraguay and Argentina, of course, we all are in South America. It's a very exciting country to visit. And Paraguay also makes movie, what 4 or 5 movies and in a year. We had 2 movies which entered the Delhi International Film Festival, I mean in Goa 2 years ago. I have nothing much to add, and let's enjoy the evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you everybody for coming here, and the people from ICF, sorry. They told me to prepare a speech, and I'm not very much of a speech person. I prefer dialogue. But with so many faces I see here, it's going to be difficult. But I'm very happy, really. And what I prepared, I was thinking about, it was already mentioned with the former speech. So I think we are in the same channel here. we understand cinema in the same way. And I'm very happy to be in Tamilnews and see so many people being here together for watching Argentinian cinema. I think that the strength, the power of cinema is exactly that, to bring people together, to communicate experiences, and to relate, to relate with different experiences that in reality they are similar. And well, I'm going to talk a little about my personal experience. I've been living in India for a year and a half now. And when I first came to India, my picture of India was totally different. I was looking for something exotic, something I didn't know. I didn't know exactly what to expect. But after I started meeting people, traveling, and knowing the society, I started seeing the similarities. And there are much more similarities than differences. And I think that in cinema we can see that. In the Argentinian cinema, in the Indian cinema, the societies are similar. The guests have talked about the socio-political transformations that both countries have experienced in the last century, and especially in Argentina in the last decades. And in Argentina, that has brought a new kind of cinema. It's called the New Argentinian Cinema. It's a movement that doesn't focus on big feature movies with a lot of budget. It focuses in the stories and in the people, and people that everybody could relate with, and stories that everybody know and could relate. So the intention of what we tried to do with these films that we selected for you was to show that the Argentinian society is similar, and we all can relate to the same problems and aspirations, and to foster a cultural dialogue between us. In the same kind of way I said it before, this is a speech, it's not a dialogue, but I'm open to hear your opinion afterwards if you want. And in the same way, these feature films, it's going to be difficult for you to give your opinion to the directors, but the cultural dialogue that it's done between the societies is what really brings the films alive. The most important about cinema, I think, it's life. And to bring us together here, and I see your faces, I'm very happy today. Thank you for coming. Nandri.
Good evening, everybody. I could see so many faces because I'm not a new person for this function. If I am right, from 2008, I am associated with ICAF. The Secretary, Embassy of Argentina, Mr. Nicholas, the President, ICAF, Mr. Sivan Kannan, and my friend, entrepreneur and artist Sailaja Cheto, Mr. Ramakrishnan, Mr. Tangraj, and the Honorary Council, Mr. Balu, the Friends of Argentina, Chennai's movie buffs friends from the press, ladies and gentlemen, very good evening to all. I am happy to once more join you in inaugurating an international film festival. The ICAF has been doing a remarkable work in bringing world cinema to our doorstep. And I am sure that Chennaites are among a few privileged cities where we have this opportunity. I applaud their work and wish them well in all their future programs. It is interesting to know that the film industry in Argentina started way back in 1890s. It has passed through many twists and turns. In its long history of over 100 years, the Argentina film industry has historically been one of the most developed in Latin American cinema, along with those produced in Mexico and Brazil. The Argentina film industry has been strongly influenced by the political and social changes in the country and has been a true mirror of country that has won Academy Awards in recognition of the films The Official Story 1985 and The Secret in Their Eyes 2009. In 2014, the anthology film Wild Tales, directed by Damien Sazivran, was nominated for the Best Foreign Language Film at 87th Academy Awards and won the Goya Award for Best Ibero-American Film. That was mentioned by Shailaja Winner's speech. It is said that, I quote, "Cinema is a mirror by which we often see ourselves. South Indian cinema too has a long history and has been the vision and creative effort of some people in both our countries that has sustained the film industry. Cinema has the power to not only entertain, it serves as a medium of expression of the passions, joys, longings, and aspirations of both a single person and that of a whole nation. It serves as a window to the best that nature has to offer in mountains and lakes. Cinema is a powerful tool that can influence people's thoughts and perceptions. Therefore, it lays a certain responsibility on the makers of the movies to stay true to their convictions. Great movies have stood the test of time, and we see any number of new prints of such movies. Festivals such as this bring the people of both our countries closer. Geographically, you may be halfway across the globe, but through your cinema, we see your life close up and we realize that after all, finally, all of us are human beings with similar needs, similar struggles, and similar joys. I would like to close by wishing every person involved in this creative art form my best wishes for your continuing endeavors. Thank you. Gracias.
The press and the media who are always supporting our festival. Without your support, we will not have any successful event. So we once again thank you on behalf of Indonesia Appreciation Foundation. Thank you, friends.